Alright, so hey Dolce, how long have you played in the UNC Symphony? What do you think of Maestro Kalam? What do you think of Professor Kalam? What's your favorite music joke, Dolce?
What's the difference between a conductor and God?
What?
Is God doesn't think he's a conductor.
If I'm talking to a guy, I would say that he is Beethoven.
And what do you call a viola at the bottom of the sea?
What?
A good start.
Can you tell your favorite music joke?
What?
Well, the Britten War Requiem is a fabulous piece, but it's very difficult. The choral music is vocally not so difficult. Britten wrote very generously for voices, but rhythmically it's very complicated. Pitches are complicated. The orchestral part is so dense that when our pianist, our rehearsal accompanist, plays the reductions on the piano, there's so much sound that you can't actually always hear notes.
I'm getting more excited, I guess, about the piece itself. I'm also really looking forward to putting it with the large orchestra, because right now it's hard to fully grasp the entire concepts of the 6 movements without hearing the other parts and how they fit in.
There's a chamber orchestra of 12 players, and then the large orchestra, which will have about 94 players, and they serve separate functions in the piece. The large orchestra plays with the large chorus and the soprano soloists singing the Latin texts. The small chamber group sings with the 2 male soloists who sing the Wilfred Owen poetry in English. And in the balcony, we have a boys' choir accompanied by a small organ, which also sings Latin texts. So we have this spatial division of 2 ensembles on stage, 1 in the balcony, 3 soloists, 2 choruses. Quite a massive undertaking logistically as well as musically.
My initial reaction is almost always anticipating what the challenges will be in singing it and teaching it. One of the great things about the piece, and also one of the challenging things, is that each movement is so different. In some pieces, if you learn one movement, it helps you with the next movement. Each of these movements has a totally different color and different rhythms, different shapes. So I became aware of what the challenges would be in each movement and what would be fun about each movement, so that I could organize rehearsals in such a way as to keep the energy flowing.
Well, the nice constant about the UNC Symphony is Tonu Kalam. He brings such a high, or he expects so much of his musicians, and it really generates a high quality of performance.
Basses, we're at 39. Your pizzicati that you always play on the wrong beats.
With some of the chamber orchestras where they're a little bit more student-run, somewhat of an involvement with the coaches, you get kind of a mixed bag. But every year I've been in the symphony, it's just been stellar.
Well, my most favorite thing has been seeing the progress over the years. When I first came here, there were about 45 demoralized players that I took over, and that was it. And now we have routinely about 100 players every semester. We are playing repertoire now that is more challenging and difficult than we could have done even 10 years ago, let alone 20 years ago. So I think the gratification has been in the growth of the ensemble, both in size and in quality from year to year, and our ability to tackle some really great music that we couldn't have done a long time ago.
For students and teachers on campus, I think it still also must be great that you can come, you can hear 4 concerts a year with, you know, really good, this is a lot of really major pieces, standard repertoire, and you can come and hear your friends playing them. And you don't have to pay more than $10. So yeah, I think it's really an important part of UNC.
It always happens that when I learn a piece by myself at the piano, I try to imagine what it's going to sound like with the choir, but the choir always sounds better than I imagine it to be. And that's because the singers bring their own ideas to the way they sing it. So it's very inspiring to hear them and to hear what's possible.
The piece it's the best when all the parts are put together. Because right now we've been rehearsing it separately, all the parts not combined. And I think once we combine everything together, it's gonna be great.
For me, it's always showing our world-class visiting artists that we have incredibly talented students and faculty, and to actually create an evening that can also follow and match other performances that we've had all year long, whether it be by the Silk Road Ensemble and Yo-Yo Ma, or pianist Mitsuko Uchida, that we have the UNC Symphony Orchestra and the UNC combined choirs playing with these incredible soloists.
There are so many different elements of the piece. There's a chorus, there's a boy choir. There are 3 soloists, the 2 men sing together, the soprano soloist sings with the choir, and then 2 orchestras. So hearing it all come together is going to be extraordinary for all of us. I feel as if I've studied each part, but the idea of hearing it all at once is going to be thrilling. Also, for many of the students, this is their first experience collaborating with an orchestra and with professional soloists. And to watch their reaction to this experience, to be part of it, is a very exciting thing.
Well, I'm just looking forward to a really powerful emotional experience for the players, for the audience, for myself. It's 85 minutes long. It is a very gripping piece, lots of variety in it musically, orchestrationally, vocally. It's a huge challenge, but I think we will all get a great level of satisfaction out of it, and I'm looking for this kind of catharsis at the end of it when it's all over and done with, and we think we really climbed a mountain here.
Good. Well, thank you all for coming out. I think it was helpful for those that were here at least. So we'll see you Monday in Memorial Hall.
What do you call a violist with 2 brain cells?
What?
Pregnant.
All right, thanks very much.